YouTube. I'm out here. It's 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I got the old GMC hooked up to the trailer. My brother Aaron and I, including Ashley and Chris with diesellife.com, are headed to Tennessee. We're dropping them off. They're picking up their brand new Peterbilt 389 heavy haul semi truck, and then Aaron and I are continuing on to Ohio to pick up the Flat Nasty, which has been sitting up there getting a bunch of work done at Firepunk, turning into the ultimate burnout rig. And this thing is finally ready for us to pick up. I'm super pumped. I'm super tired, but we're gonna get in the truck. Chris and Ashley are gonna drive for a little while, and then Aaron and I are gonna continue the trip to Ohio today to hopefully be out there sometime tonight. So, long trip ahead of us. Let's hit the road. Well, folks, we're still driving. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're making good time. We would have been there, it wasn't for the snow, but it's snowing pretty heavy for Tennessee at least. Got them big snowflakes. Oh boy, super white outside. Getting out of your way. Yeah, just stay to the left.
I think it's that car that's got him jammed up. Yeah, that car didn't go there.
Well, folks, our journey to Ohio has taken a brief pit stop here at Cheddar's. We're meeting with Brian Burke with the semi-casual crew. The old GMC, it's got lots of mud on her and snow. The trailer, there's a trailer under there somewhere. Dang. So guys, we're up here the next morning after driving all night to get up here to Ohio. We got to go to the Blue Beacon or whatever truck wash I can find, get all the ice blasted off this thing. It's disgusting. Then we're gonna head over to Firepunk and pick up the Flat Nasty 2.0. All right, folks, we made it to a truck wash. They're gonna get all the ice off my truck from last night. This thing is so freaking bad. Driving 1,000 miles through a snowstorm. Everything covered. Got to get this trailer clean. Brand new truck, disgusting. Well, we've made it all the way up here to Ohio to Firepunk Diesel. Dang. Aaron dropped the Flat Nasty off originally. Yeah, it's probably been about 4 months now. Yeah. I said, build this thing. We're not in a huge rush. And we're back up here to pick it up. But I'm with him. There's snowing out here. And there's a lot of people that work here, dude. Well, I guess I didn't think about all the customer vehicles that are here, too. So that makes more sense, right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go see the beast. So the first thing that sticks out is like all the murals and banners and stuff in here. This is like awesome wall art for sure.
Yeah, that's all stuff that Connor does all our in-house graphic design all that stuff. It's all parts and pieces of our trucks and business and racing.
That is sick.
It gives it just kind of a unique look. But this is our service department.
Yep.
It's kind of an oddball day, honestly, because usually you see 4 Dodges in here.
There's a Ford and a GMC.
You see a Ford and you see a GM. So this one was going to be a head gasket job, and it's got cracked pistons or hairline cracks.
Nice.
Pistons, so doing a short block quote on it right now. This one's getting a 6R140 from Maryland. This was we generally don't do Ford stuff, but Maryland had a good customer local, and they said bring it over. We'll get it swapped out for you.
Cool.
And then we've got the dyno in the corner and old Flatty's back there.
Yep. Got a bunch of transmissions look like they're getting shipped out.
Yep. These are all. Everything that's on the ground is getting shipped out today. These are the ones sitting upright are unsold units.
So stock.
We try to keep 31 units of inventory. We've kind of gone through every year, make and model. And that way, if you break down, you've got something, we can ship it today, or you can drive to Ohio and pick it up and get you right back on the road.
That's handy. I mean, there's not a lot of places that keep built transmissions in stock.
I have tried to do that for 10 years. And it took COVID to figure that out because we got so far behind in parts that after COVID, all those parts showed up, and then we just put in the extra time to get it all built.
Lots of course.
You'll hear all the air blowing back there, so it's not the greatest.
Work can't stop. It's got to keep going.
So, come on over and I'll show you.
All right, we're good.
This is kind of the 47, 48 RE, and 68 RV build area.
Yep, full
the
tour.
Cores that you see here, these are all customers that already received their trans. They've sent their core back. So these are getting ready to be torn down, run through the parts washer, and we reuse. All the wearable parts get thrown out, but all the hard parts
Get reused.
get reused. So
Well, you're not reusing that one, are you?
that one is going to be hard to reuse.
Yeah.
So it's pretty broken.
Broken input shaft.
Come back here, we've got valve body dyno back here.
Oh, that is so cool. I've
And
only
the
seen a
valve
handful of
body-
these.
The valve body dyno originally has an electric motor,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't have enough pump volume to really get accurate pressures. And we'd make 200 psi here,
Yeah.
165 in the truck.
Yep.
So we retrofitted a 10 horsepower motor where we can actually
Jeez.
slide this back and
Yeah.
run a 47 or 48 RE pump, and we can test the pump and valve body combination together.
Wow.
So it's a little bit of farmer ingenuity here.
But it's working, right?
It gets the job done. We're usually right on the money. If it makes 200.
So are y'all testing like every valve body before it goes
Yeah.
out?
So, and it really works well for problematic valve bodies, guys that
Test.
have a problem
Yeah.
and doesn't shift. We can shift it with the factory controls here, and then we can also shift it with our anteater controller here.
More farmer
if we have-
stuff?
If we have a guy that has an anteater problem,
Yeah.
we can diagnose it. I'll do it here.
And this is the programming you guys offer for like standalone
That's a standalone
transmissions.
controller to where you can swap a
Yeah.
47 or 48 in any.
I've used a few of those a few times. They're definitely super simple to use. But it's way better just to like test the valve body out and make sure the transmission's 100% before you ship it out, and then maybe it has to come back. So
I mean, there's a lot of these valve bodies are 200,000 miles
Yeah,
old.
and
that-
warped
that
and-
made them since 2007.
Yeah.
So you're remanufacturing the valve body more than you're making new ones.
pretty
We've
crazy.
got a tumbler here.
All kinds of rocks in there, huh?
We recondition a lot of our.
It's crazy.
We recondition a lot of our steels. You know, for like a.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're doing a refresh, rather than selling the customer on everything, we can put them back in there, recondition them.
Get them out the door for a decent value.
Make booth back in there.
Sweet.
This is where all the new units get assembled.
All the golden nuggets,
All the
everybody
golden
calls them.
nuggets.
How's it going?
So like Brad's building a 68 RFE valve body right now.
You guys offer your own transmission pans now. That's
These are-
something cool.
Cast for us. This one is a shop stock unit, so that one will get wrapped up and go on the shelf.
That's got to feel really awesome, though, doesn't it?
Oh, it just gives it unique.
Yeah.
You know, we sell about 1,000 of these a year.
Wow. So it makes sense to have
It
some.
makes sense to buy them in quantity. And, Matt kind of heads up the transmission department back here, keeps the schedule going. But we knock these things out between 3 and 4 a day, get turned out of here. I think last year we did 824.
Yeah, I seen you made a post and people can guess how many you sold.
Yep. Well, it's just, you know, it's a process. You just knock them.
Assembly line you got going on.
Some of them are repairs where guys buy a truck
Yeah.
with an already built trans in it, and they send it in, and we
Freshen it up.
Freshen it up. These are all valve bodies that are ready to go. So like 06 Towmaster, 06 Comp 1.
Oh, okay.
This would be a customer name, so that one would have come out of his trans.
Gotcha.
We fixed that one, put it back in.
So these are valve bodies which control the transmission for anyone that doesn't know. Tells it when to shift, when to do anything and everything inside. And that's what we were looking at the machine inside there, that
I'll show you.
you bolt this down and it double checks every single thing inside to make sure it's working.
I'll show you the inside of one of those.
Yeah. So
here's the
this is like the brain of the transmission, if you will.
inside of a valve body. That's See.
Lots of
all the valves and springs are in here, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of witchcraft that happens for somebody that doesn't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
It's all fluid direction. You know?
Yeah.
When it goes from first gear to second gear, it sends fluid to another circuit, which pressurizes the clutch pack or
Yep.
band.
it's moving valves is the easiest way to put it. So this is
These are all valve bodies waiting to get the special treatment.
tear down tables.
So we take these apart, we clean everything. We've got a vacuum tester here,
Okay.
so we can vacuum test the bore. So basically, you can put this valve.
Make sure
in
it's
the
not
bore
binding up
and
or anything.
Vacuum test each circuit, and if it doesn't hold 15 inch-pounds of vacuum, then we have to bore to a 15th oversize and put
Yep.
an oversized valve in it, and basically recondition it back to OEM spec. We've got a big flat stone over here.
Oh,
It's
wow.
perfectly Flat. That way we can flat sand the
Valve bodies,
the
yeah.
valve bodies if there's any warping, and it eliminates leaks. Because if a factory one makes 150 psi,
Yeah.
built one makes 200 psi, any leak that
Big
was there
change.
before leaks even worse after.
Yeah.
So that's why everything has to be flat.
It grows.
The bore has to be right.
So lots of transmission building happening here. Did you catch all that?
I got some of it, but I just want to know how sharp my knife can get on that saw.
Knock yourself out, buddy.
Cool. Well, that's pretty much the rundown of the transmission shop. We got to let's go look at the flatbed so we entertain some folks right quick, and then we'll go check out the fab shop.
So we weren't working on it for 2 weeks, waiting for you to come.
It's never good when we got 3 guys bent over the hood of a truck last minute. Look at this unit though. So they've done lots of things. We got a nice job box on the back of it. Nothing to see there.
No idea. It's just big old toolbox.
Big toolbox. So this is the infamous Firepunk dyno room. With all the soot on those walls are not painted black, are they?
They're pretty gray.
Yeah.
Take a broom to them, you figure out there's a lot of soot on them.
Yeah. This thing has been gone for too long.
I can show you.
Way too long.
Got power for the switch panel down
Oh,
there.
nice. Master on and off. That's good.
Turns your AM screen on.
Oh, yes. Oh, we were talking about that. Oh, that is
So
so
we've got
sick.
Your different screens here. It's all your data.
So we've got like EGTs, like everything in this.
I made a couple different screens. Like this just says coolant, oil pressure, RPM, and
Yep.
EGT. You know, if you're ripping it on the dyno and you don't want to look at a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, we're more worried about the
Yeah.
EGTs than anything. So
But this will.
this reads GPS speed too. So if we want to drive down the road.
GPS speed, and then it also, we have the little USB dongle here
Okay.
that takes all our EFI live data and pipes it into here. So it's basically an EFI data log and every like oil pressure, EGT, everything that is data log. So if you go out and rip the thing for 2 minutes on a burnout,
Yeah.
and something happens, we'll pull a data log and we'll see.
This might be one of the most legit second gen trucks there is. An AEM in there. That's crazy. I never would have thought that would be something in one of these trucks. That is so cool.
So like if I turn the key on, turn the ECM on, you can see throttle position.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But yeah, it'll have actual rail pressure, desired rail pressure, timing,
Everything.
coolant temp, FCA duty cycle, pilot injection. You can see everything. Throttle position. It's all
Wow.
right there.
So that must be the GPS that's on top of the cab now. Okay, I see it up there now. We're gonna have to cut this bed down like I did the other one, remember?
Yeah, you just gotta hit a few walls first.
Yeah. All right, so in here is all the goods to make that little 5.9 liter live through a burnout. So we've got,
This tank here
Yep.
is for the air to water intercooler. So you have 50 gallons of
water and ice.
So, and then over there is engine coolant.
Dude, these freaking lids are legit.
Billet.
They're the real deal. Wow. Oh, you even got
So we put
baffles in it.
trying to
Wow.
keep it from sloshing too much.
That's crazy. So I
Put
guess,
the batteries back there too.
yeah. That's a heck of a coolant pump down there.
You have a lot of capacity. Like we made 2 rips on the dyno.
Yeah.
Did one of them at 740 horsepower, another one at 826, and coolant temp was still 120. So there should be some capacity. I mean, I'm thinking of a 2-minute wide open throttle.
Yeah,
Trying to
so
keep
2 minutes is the max. Like if you can't get after 2 minutes, you're done. So I'd either have to blow the tires within 2 minutes. So
You're gonna have some extra weight to help load it.
yeah, sling it around.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So that pumps up. That pumps the coolant up to the engine. We've got the billet water necks with dash 20 lines going
Yep.
out, and then you have your big radiator up front too. So
Even your batteries are nice and secure.
Yeah. So it looks like these guys got us a power steering line on here. Oh, look at all this billet sexiness underneath the hood here. Ah, yes, sir. Dude, look at this thing. What a unit. All right, guys, so they're gonna get this thing backed on the dyno and get it strapped down. We're gonna go check out the fab shop in just a second and see where all the custom intercooler piping was built at. You see that pipe down there on the bottom. Shout out to FASS for supplying us the FASS pump also. So this is Firepunk's race mobile. This is a Pro Mod diesel powered car. You guys seen a lot of the wiring and
still got all our PRI stuff in it. So
also it's a 5-speed Linko. Or is
Liberty.
that Liberty? Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know the difference, but
5-speed
it's a
air
big
shifting,
manual
yep.
transmission
Mail
basically.
change converter.
So it's a manual transmission with a converter.
drive.
Yeah,
Tie
no
drive
clutch.
With inverter in front of it.
And this is a D&J engine.
Yep.
This is, what model do they call this thing again?
The Executioner.
Executioner. Something that really sticks out about this engine is it's got 12 exhaust ports, which is...
Picked up just a little over 90 CFM, getting an extra port per valve.
Which is insane. So this is a 100% billet aluminum block and head.
Yep, 98 millimeter turbocharger, 3 main power stages of nitrous, 2 spool stages of nitrous, so total of 5 kits.
We have lots of D&J stuff on that engine. I'm made sure to get that stuff and a lot of y'all's billet parts on it too, just to make it look nice. Look at that. The intake resembles like something off of like a Supra or something.
Well,
it's just crazy looking.
On the S10, we had the front entrance.
Yeah, that's the one that really looks like a Supra.
This cowl was working, it didn't really work well with this, with the car, and that's why we did the center design. But D&J did all that for us.
So y'all built this chassis here too of the car?
This chassis was built by Reese Brothers.
Okay.
We had teamed up with them because.
But it was a new chassis for the engine. Okay.
And the S10, we had about 3 or 4 different. About every winter, we cut it apart and make changes on it.
All of the nitrous.
I was ready to have something that we could stick a motor in. And
yeah. Crazy. So this is a Camaro you guys have built. You guys put the engine in this, and looks like a K-member and all kinds of stuff.
Duramax has a Rossler 4L80 trans, 2 little twin turbo setup, 2 little Garretts made 1086.
On the
right now we're fabricating a
custom console.
It's got a Bosch ECU, standalone ECU on it.
Yeah, definitely a hot rod for the street, no doubt. So this is a deck plate D&J. Seems like you guys use a lot of D&J engines around here, pretty much in every build. So
and they're local to us. Works out good.
This frame looks like it's just brand new. It's crazy.
We stripped everything down.
Welded all the holes up.
This one has the one with the full 6-inch stainless exhaust.
Yeah, I seen that. Look at this. The exhaust right here, all the way to the back of the truck is 6-inch. Was that just like a crazy customer request?
Yep. This is a tubular header, 5.3-inch turbo. And this is the downpipe, and just gives you an idea for 4-inch to 6-inch. You know, it's like the 6-inch pipe makes these 4 inches
look like nothing.
Yep.
And keep in mind, 4 inches is what's on the flatbed.
Right.
Was the customer like, I bet you guys can't do it, and you're like, watch us?
Well, and this is a 85 millimeter turbo, and this is a 134 millimeter.
Big Daddy. I think manifold is nuts. And they sound crazy too.
It's gonna be, definitely a different, unique sound.
Off the wall. Like more parts over there for the exhaust too? Yep. Wow. Custom brakes and knuckles and everything.
9-inch axles, front and rear. It's got a back half, 4-link. And then the radiator is mounted down underneath here.
Oh, that's cool.
So it'll have the same.
What's the goals for this truck? Just
he wants to have a show quality truck that can lay down at 2,500 horsepower or more. I mean, honestly, the turbo setup, it'll have the capabilities to make 3,000 if you use
all of
hit
it
it hard enough. But
look at that second gen.
that one's getting a turbo kit. It's got a common rail in it.
Common rail swap the world basically. Check that out. And the way we set up the turbo setup on the flatbed is if we wanted to add a second charger, it shouldn't be too difficult. So. That's pretty cool. So this is a new division of Firepunk where they've decided to officially start rebuilding and selling Allison transmissions. I'm not sure if they're offering 5-speed, but definitely 6-speed transmissions. They have not made this public, but he said we could go ahead and throw it in the video. So something pretty cool to look at if you have a Duramax truck with an Allison transmission. You can hit up Firepunk Diesel today. So we're back over in the shop. They've got this thing on the dyno. Got the camera there. I think they film everything in case it, let's go. This guy's up here having his lunch break on the second story. We've got the TV out here. We're going to crack 1,000 horsepower out of this thing pretty easily, I think. It's got big enough injectors and the engine's built right by none other than myself. But the turbo is going to be the limiting factor. But we should be able to get 1,000 horsepower out of it pretty easily. And then we're going to run it and see how long we can run it before EGTs start creeping up at potentially full load. So before we do that, we got to get some ice for the ice box, right?
The way to do it is a little bit of snow, right?
I think we got to go outside and find some snow.
I wonder where we're going to find that.
I don't know. Somewhere.
Oh, right on the front. Perfect. So we're walking outside here. We're going to get some ice for our
water to air intercooler. What better place? Oh, this stuff is like
Powder.
it's so cold. I'm gonna be here all day, dude. This stuff is way too cold for this. Got our snow brush. Because that stuff is way too cold. Oh, here we go. This is money right here. Getting all the
Fresh powder in the bucket.
fresh powder.
We're going to need a few buckets to fill that big tank in there.
Yeah. So we got our snow from outside. We're filling up our ice tank here. With some ice water. It's like making a little snow cone.
Why'd you have to put on gloves, Bruce?
It's cold. It's getting cold with the gloves already.
It ain't no Florida ice bags, is it?
I know, right? So right now on the dyno, we're gonna turn on all the fans, all the pumps.
So we have your fuel pump, then you have your intercooler, your water pump, and then your radiator fan. That's what's powered up here.
And then so that's pretty much it.
And everything else starts and shuts off with the key.
Nice.
So this is tune 1. It did 740 horsepower when we did the baseline pull 2 weeks ago, just to make sure no leaks and stuff like that. And so I turned it down from that. I'm hoping I can get in the 550, 600 horsepower range.
That's still plenty enough to do a
and then
burnout.
we want to be able to turn it up. I'm guessing we could probably get over 1,000 to 1,100 horsepower, depending on how high you want to go. So the goal is not necessarily to make 1,100 horsepower with this one.
Yep.
We want to be able to make a 700-800 horsepower number that
Sustainable.
doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Blow up after 2 or 3 minutes of burnout. It's not just immediately. So, all right, well, he's going to crank this thing up. We're going to see what it does on tune 1. Heck yeah. So right there, we just made 603 horsepower. So that's kind of where we're wanting to be at. That's solid. Yeah. So right here, we're reviewing the logs from the AEM data logger here. And that was at...
Hit a hard limiter at 3983, which I had at full fuel to 4,000, so that's where we need to be. So
Is there EGTs on that page too?
I will have to pull that in.
Gotcha.
EGT.
So we forgot to turn the intercooler on, which is okay. I mean, this kind of gives us a baseline without intercooler, I guess.
I think I need to
Set that as a log.
yeah, because the all the parameters are logged except for EGT and oil pressure, which are the new CAN module.
Yeah.
And I put in the new CAN data, but I did not add that to the logger screen.
Yeah.
So I will do that.
Well, that's why we're here.
That's why we started at 6.
Get it all set up. Yeah. All right, round 2. We got the intercooler on and a few other things. Let's see what she does. Keep in mind, guys, we're wanting the lower horsepower. We're monitoring exhaust gas temperatures. We got the peanut gallery. All right, so what we're gonna do now is run this thing for as long as possible and watch the exhaust temperature to see if it starts rising up. So he's making some adjustments in here. We're gonna load the engine up as if we were doing a burnout and see what it does for the exhaust temp, because that's what we're worried about. That's how these engines blow up, is from too much exhaust temperature. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay.
1147 degrees EGT.
Nice. All right, so the last pass you guys seen from inside of the truck,
Yep.
we made 788 and 1,000 foot-pounds of torque.
We're doing 10-second long pulls so that we can really see what RPM things are changing in the data.
And that's like full load, right? I mean, that's
Full load.
That's like,
Yep. So here you can see we were making 47 pounds of boost,
Yep.
but see about 3,800 RPM. If I come over here, that's 3,800 RPM. Boost falls off. That means the engine's spinning enough faster, it starts eating more air, and our boost drops.
Yep.
And look how the rate change of EGT increase
Yep.
starts
When boost
getting
falls
steeper when
off.
boost falls off. That tells me that probably 3,800 RPM at that horsepower level is where we'd want to limit it to.
Yep.
Unless we put more turbo on it.
yeah.
So at 3,800 RPM, your EGTs were 1,350 degrees.
For
And-
10 seconds of full load. Even though like burnouts, I mean, these tires are pulling down hard.
Right.
I don't
Well,
I don't think
another
it's
thing,
gonna
too, when
be-
you're going on and off the throttle,
Yeah.
that EGT is going to be
doing
this.
that. And keep in mind, we don't have we put snow in here, but I mean, all reality, that melts like
Your
that.
intake air temp started at 76 degrees
Yeah.
before the pull. By the end of the pull, your intake air temp
It's
hit 101. Then afterwards, it settled back down to 84 degrees. Your engine coolant temp started the run at 107 degrees. During the run, it showed a peak of 132 degree coolant temp, and by the end, it's had cooled back down to 117 because we've got those 50 gallons of capacity.
Yeah.
So I really think it's going to be good for a 2-minute run. It's it's got enough capacity. It's
Yeah.
going to grow slowly.
So truck's running good thus far. We're sitting here thinking, man, these temps are rising a little bit, but we've got to reel ourselves back in. At least I do, because the average truck on a dyno after the first run is up to operating temp, and then on the third it might be creeping up just a little bit because there's not a ton of airflow. But we have the same design. The radiator's there. It's dissipating the heat, but it doesn't need airflow to cool down since we've got the big intercooler in the back with snow water in it right now, and just a lot of cooling capacity for the radiator. So now what we're gonna do is just crank it up to tune 4. Tune 5 is gonna be like a no-go zone. We don't really need it. It's just there. And we're gonna lay down, should be over 1,000 horsepower pretty easily with the injectors and turbo setup we've got. Just to have the horsepower slip. Why not? Yep. All right. Clear prop. What do you think? Did you have fun inside there?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Pretty cool, huh?
It's a little scary.
Imagine it on the road, ripping burnouts. Uh-oh. He stalled it.
What'd you do?
He stalled it. You get that on them big jobs.
It feels like riding a business expense.
Yeah.
But because it's strapped down, I'm not hopping out of the seat. It's not too bad.
So the clutch pedal slipped off. He didn't stall it on purpose. So the clutch pedal linkage slipped off. That's all fixed up now. And I've make some settings adjustments here on the computer screen. and make some horsepower. Man, I miss this stuff. Here we go. Saw a little 850 run. A little bit of smoke. What do you think?
I didn't realize there was that much smoke outside of the cabin.
Well, he just turned it way up, so it made a lot more smoke. It's making some steam. So Vaughn's making a few tunes to get us that 1,000 horsepower slip. It just made 955. Something I want to point out on the truck. This is the flat nasty, right? 2.0. This hood stack is made by my friend over at Old School Fab. I can't remember his dang name right now. But anyways, this carbon fiber stack was on White Lightning, the pulling truck. The Flat Nasty Mega Truck. Oh, wait, hang on. White Lightning pulling truck. It was on the drag truck, 4th gen from Dallas. Like started the channel on the Flat Nasty Mega Truck, and now it's made full round again on the Flat Nasty 2.0, dude. That thing has been around here a while. Tried and true. All right, here we go. We're shooting for 1,000 horsepower. Let's see what we can make happen. Already at 955. But 1,017, that's all we needed. We did it.
Something else, ain't it?
Yeah, that's ear piercing loud.
Don't need to clean my.
All right, cut it off. That's all we need. So you guys may be wondering, where does all of the smoke go? Well, I'm going to show you. We walk out the door here. It has a giant fan that's been screaming so loud to right there. Look, there's grass out here. You believe that? Look at that.
I can't see looking up or down. Jesus Christ.
Where'd all the snow go? It's so bright out here. When we like walk inside, it's like blinding. I need some sunglasses. It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
The light fell out of it. It's making all the horsepower. Dang lights are falling out. Probably should put it in the cab so it doesn't fall out on the way home. Well, guys, so what we did right there was just made one final run on the dyno. We brought the horsepower up a little bit, you said, or down?
No, it went from 788 down to 752.
Okay.
And we pulled about another 50 degrees of EGTs out of it.
So the reason we did that was to lower EGT some, and we ran it for like a solid 10 seconds right there at full load, like as much load as the dyno put on it.
Yeah, that was like 1280 degrees. So should be able to do that all day long.
And keep in mind, the coolant temp is still like shower water warm. It's probably like 100, what was it?
148 was peak on that.
On that pass right there. And the tank isn't full. We're like half full. So when we go to make a pass or do the actual burnouts and stuff, we're gonna fill that tank on all the way up as much as possible. And we're gonna have the intercooler tank slap full of ice water. So this is all, I wouldn't say in the worst conditions possible, but it's not in the most ideal for what we plan to do with it during a burnout. Pretty successful though.
I'm happy with it. Like, it's kind of like a new challenge because you don't never build these things with
A
this
purpose
kind of setup,
built,
and
yeah.
It's like, how much horsepower can we make and make it because the pistons don't melt.
So you guys built a burnout truck and it went out for like 45 seconds, right?
It melted pistons in about 45 seconds.
But it wasn't like a purpose-built burnout truck. It was just like thrown together.
I grabbed the stock 03, the cheapest one I could find
Yeah.
in the marketplace, and threw 60% and a 468 on it.
Yeah.
It did not like 5,000.
That's kind of like what I did whenever this thing was a 12 valve. I just threw some injectors and a big turbo and just sent it, and it ended. It's kind of like what y'all's did. So
I can't guarantee it won't blow up, but it's got a pretty dang good chance of not.
this is gonna be one of the first purpose-built burnout trucks there is, I think.
Should be fun. Hopefully you can drive.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it'd be a shame if we did all this and you can't drive.
Oh, we're gonna drive it somewhere, no doubt.
I'll drive it.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Let's get
that'll
this
be
thing
fun.
off the dyno and see what
Let's do it. Send it back home to Florida so all this water doesn't
the freeze up. Well, guys, all in all, pretty successful day here at Firepunk Diesel. Shout out to them. Check them out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, pretty much every platform. They got this thing running tip-top shape. A couple other companies we need to mention. Stainless Diesel hooked us up with this turbo like almost a whole year and a half ago. I told them I was going to start this project along with the manifold. John has been around helping me out do a lot of things for a long time, and we're getting back in the diesel pickup game with an absolute beast of a truck here. The engine I built myself. A lot of the aluminum stuff came from D&J Precision Machine. Obviously Firepunk did all the fabrication work, and we'll go through a full in-depth. I got to show a few more things because we didn't really show them down inside the toolbox on it that much, and a lot of the piping. We'll get it to the shop at the house and show you guys up underneath it on the lift. There's a lot of stuff underneath the truck that was done. The injectors are from Exergy Performance. Check them out. Just really awesome group of boys and girls. It's just a good group of boys. Was that from Step Brothers or something? Anyways, they got us a really nice set of injectors, hooked us up on that. Check them out. All these companies are going to continue to mention as we do more with the project, but when we get it home, I'm going to get it up on the new column lifts and tidy up a few things underneath the truck. So, with all that being said, I want to show you guys this whole intercooler piping, because obviously there's no intercooler in the front up here. They did add a power steering cooler up here, which, depending on what well we're going to be doing and driving, we had to have one of those. But the intercooler piping comes out of the turbo, goes to the back of the truck, underneath here, and you can kind of see it right there. It's kind of dark, you can't really see it that well. It goes into the toolbox here, into our intercooler, pops out the other side over here underneath the truck, right there, and goes down under the frame all the way back up here to the intake, because inside the toolbox back here is where the intercooler is now mounted, because it has ice water flowing through it along with the batteries and everything else right there. Also, huge shout out to FASS. Told them about the project that we had going on. They got us hooked up with the fuel pump we needed. FASS has been a long-time supporter of the channel also. So lots of really great companies came together to help us accomplish this, and Firepunk for getting this thing done in a really nice, timely manner too, and top-notch work. So let's get this thing pulled out of here. Hit a little couple revs, maybe rip it real quick on the road right up front of the shop here and see what it does. you do a burnout, guys.
And Bruce said you didn't see over 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was like pedaling it would like come up to like 1,000, like 1,050, and then that was it. But
I'll pull the dad log, but I'm happy with that.
that thing's a runner, dude. You can still touch the pipe over here. Our poor FASS is going to be covered in tires. Dude, the treads have gone. Pretty solid. Alex, what do you think? What'd you say?
That was lame.
I think the guys over there in their shop are smoked out. We gotta go look at the.
I took a nice video. Our door is not very airtight. There's a good bit of smoke up in there.
Let's go look at the pad, Aaron. Oh, jeez, dude! Look at all the time. No one's done a burnout like that here before, have they? No shot, dude. Golly! I'd say it's working.
It's still smoking too.
I know. We've built a successful burnout truck. Us and the guys here at Firepunk, dude. What a... Jeez, man. Yeah, see if it's still smoking. Don't step on that rubber because it'll be stuck to your shoe. Oh my gosh. Fab shop.
It smells bad.
Made its way into the shop. Oh yeah, all the smoke hanging around.
It's like a horror film.
That's funny. What do you think?
Oh, look.
I had to roll the windows up. I was starting to get fogged out. All right, so remember, guys, no ice in the water to air, and our coolant is still like half capacity. So, I mean, it is kind of cold outside, so it was breathing in some pretty cool air on the turbo. So, can't fault it for everything, but we got to find the logs. There we go. Scroll through it a little bit.
There we go.
There it is. There's all the action.
So this is zoomed all the way out.
Yeah.
You can see all the throttle.
A lot of
RPM.
throttle.
Right here's where you're bouncing it off the rev limiter. It's 4,000 RPM. But EGTs, you can see like 993 degrees. Like bouncing off the rev limiter, you saw 1235.
Yeah.
But the majority of the pass.
That's
like,
the spikes, and we're not going to be living on the rev
peak of
limiter.
the spike was 1,096.
And
So,
no ice.
right
There's
here's
still no ice in the
Your
icebox.
intake manifold temperature got to 101 degree, and your
Coolant,
coolant
148.
temperature got to 150.
That's all really
yeah.
good. That's so successful. Right, like I said, guys, we still have a lot of other cooling capacity we're not using by not putting any ice in there yet. Any leaks underneath the hood? No leaks? Dude, this thing was running. Freaking runner, guys. What a beast. Everybody, it's perfect. It's like break time too. Everybody's chilling. So while we've been yakking, these guys have got our box struts installed. So they hold the box up. I'm gonna smack our head. And on top of that, got all the water drained out that was in here. And maybe you can show them here. Filled it full of some coolant inside the water tank there so you can see the yellow. Did you already kick it on? Yeah. So, one thing we're worried about driving home is going to be freezing between now and the time we get into Florida is keeping the intercooler from freezing. Because if that thing gets full of water and the water freezes, it expands and then it's going to crack inside. You'll never know it until you're trying to run and operate that, and that's going to flood the engine full of water. So we're pretty much in tip-top shape, ready to go. I couldn't be happier with the build. This thing turned out awesome. That was a hell of a burnout, dude.
You can still smell it too.
Yeah, it stunk the whole shop up. Hey, it doesn't slam. That's nice. It's about frozen, dude. I think it's frozen. This ain't good. I think it's frozen here.
Think it's got a little ice on it.
Yeah.
The underside frozen a little bit.
Let's see.
Think jump on the other side, see what it does.
All right, guys, it's come the time to get the Flat Nasty 2.0 loaded up. We had to bring the trailer inside to get it to thaw out. It still doesn't want to work very well because It's frozen. Look at all the ice back there. Oh my goodness. Ice everywhere. So now I get this thing drove on the trailer, head back to Tennessee tonight, get some rest, play with some semi-trucks tomorrow.
Maybe have a snowball fight.
Who knows? So I'm just gonna roll you down the hill until you turn into a snowman. For the boys. I'm gonna send Blake a delivery bill for this. Drop it, why don't you? Well, there she is, guys, all loaded up. We are headed back. We've got it winterized. We got coolant put in the intercooler system. That thing is ready for us to go all the way back to Florida. It's currently like 5 degrees here in Ohio. Going to Tennessee tonight, 6-hour drive ahead of us. We're gonna play with some semis tomorrow. Comment down below, guys. Do you want to keep the flat nasty on this channel, or do you want to see it appear on the second channel? You know, just let me know. What do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. The second channel being Wilson Speed Co. I'll put a link down in the description below. Go check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Already got some cool cars, and the old GMC is on that channel also, guys. Shout out to Firepunk, Exergy Diesel for supplying the injectors, and our friends over at Stainless Diesel, John and family, for the turbo and manifold. And there's lots of other companies that made this far, and FASS Fuel Systems for the fuel system support the injectors, guys. We'll see y'all later. Peace.